Welcome to all of our fabulous viewers. If you don't recognize me already, my name is Jennifer Murray and I am the branch manager from the big city of Brandon, Manitoba. We are coming to you live today to chat about all the most recent travel trends and what we're experiencing here in the travel industry right now. And joining me today is the fabulous Tammy from our Chatham store. Welcome, Tammy.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. I'm delighted to join in on this conversation today. As Jennifer mentioned, my name is Tammy Moore, and I'm from our Chatham, Ontario store. Let's start off by talking about what's going on here at Sell Off Vacations. For those of you who don't know, we're open 7 days a week, and we have 30 branches right across Canada.
Wow, 30 branches. I actually can't believe it. But for those of you who aren't comfortable in coming into our stores right now, we can always set up virtual consultations and speak to you via video chat. And I think, let's be real, at this stage, we're all used to doing a bit of video conferencing. Tammy, I don't know how things are in Chatham, but here in Brandon right now, there's definitely been a big shift in the past month or so, and we're just getting really, really busy again and booking vacations for 2022. I have to say, it's absolutely brilliant talking about travel and getting excited with our clients again.
Yes, Jennifer, I'm happy to report it's like that here in Chatham as well. Things were quiet and then all of a sudden we were just busy again. I'm certainly not complaining. I think people are really looking forward to getting away in winter 2021-22 and they are excited about having it booked.
Oh, definitely. Well, do you know what? I think it's good for your mental health to have something to look forward to. It definitely is for me, and I absolutely cannot wait to travel next year. Now, tell me, Tammy, where are you going to travel when it's safe to do so?
Well, that's a tough one, Jennifer. There are just so many great destinations and resorts. If I have to narrow it down, I can't do just one. I'm going to have to do two trips. I want to do one to Europe, pretty close to your neck of the woods, Jennifer, Scotland. I'd love to go and trace my ancestry. And I also need a hot holiday, of course. I'm thinking of Aruba. I've been there before and it was marvelous. I always said I would return. What about you?
Well, Tammy, you are absolutely going to love Scotland. Did you know the Irish and the Scots were like that? So I'm part Scottish too, Tammy, so I think that's why we probably get along so well. But the first place I have to go is I have to go home to Ireland to see my folks and for them to see the grandkids. And then after that, we're actually going to plan a big family getaway with all of us somewhere in the Caribbean. We haven't actually decided on which destination yet, but all I know, Tammy, is we're going to stay in a two-bedroom presidential suite at one of the Royaltons because they are absolutely fabulous. And I suppose, like so many other people out there, I haven't seen my family in what feels like a lifetime at this stage. So we just want to go somewhere fabulous and be able to stay together.
It's funny that you say that, Jennifer, because that's one of the trends we wanted to touch on today is the fact that people are wanting to travel with their family. We are seeing multi-generational trips. I've booked parents with their adult children and their partners, and they are staying in some incredible five-star luxury adult resorts like the Excellence, or they're traveling with their grandkids too. They're going to some fantastic resorts like you've mentioned, the Royaltons. People are upgrading their resorts. They feel they've missed out on family and vacations, and they deserve to create those memories that will last a lifetime.
Well, I'm looking at these pictures here, Tammy, and oh my goodness, I cannot wait to get away. They all look so fabulous. But if ever there was a year to spoil yourself, everyone, I definitely think this is the year to do it. And sure, why not make your next vacation an absolute trip of a lifetime? Now, another big trend that we're noticing is that people who usually go for 7 days, they're now looking at going for 14 days or even for 3 weeks. Especially, I suppose, if you're retired or if you have lots of vacation time from work. Only last week I had a gentleman pop into me here in Brandon and he was looking at getting away for a week to Mazatlan. And you know what? Sure, he left the office with a 3 week vacation to the fabulous Rio Emerald Bay. So we're seeing a lot more of that type of stuff.
That's a great resort. I love the Rios. I've stayed at many of them, and I'm seeing the same thing as well. I just confirmed for regular clients 2 weeks at the finest in the Playa Mujeres in a swim up junior suite category. You know, these clients, they usually go away for a week each year, but they feel they need that extra time now. They've had a tough year, like many others, and really want to enjoy this amazing resort and all the amenities offered.
Yeah, well, good for them, Tammy, because I have to say, going to the finest resorts, they will not be disappointed because those resorts are absolutely incredible. I'm also seeing a lot more people upgrading their room categories too. So, like you mentioned, the swim out suites, I'm booking lots of swim out suites for various different resorts, and you know what? They're absolutely fabulous. A real treat. It's a great way to cool down from the afternoon heat in some of these gorgeous, gorgeous destinations. And they're a fantastic option for families too, especially if you have little kids who nap during the day. Sure, you can have the little, children asleep in the bed while you're submerged in the water and you can still see them. So it's just a really, really fantastic option. Now, it's probably a good time to check in with Shannon. Shannon, do we have any questions yet?
Hey, ladies.
Hey, Shannon.
Hello.
Great information. I'm seeing the same trends here in our office here in Toronto, Nova Scotia. Certainly lots of people wanting to upgrade their holidays and also extend to maybe 14 days. Have a few friends inquiring about that as well, and family. So
Sure,
great
why not?
opportunity.
You can.
Yeah, for sure,
Yes.
for sure. So I just wanted to quickly start off by saying we do have Amanda from our Saskatoon office and Erica from our Oakville store answering in the background in the chat, along with our expert agents here live, Jennifer and Tammy. So you'll see their responses there in the chat, and we'll get to the questions here live as well. So the first question I'm seeing here, ladies, is someone asked, is our travel credit, if our travel credit was for Mexico, can we change it to Jamaica? Tammy, would you want to take that one?
Well, certainly, yes, you can. As long as you stick with the same supplier, if you have a Sunwing voucher, you can book another product with Sunwing. So it can be Cuba, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, as long as it's a Sunwing product. And your credit is with Sunwing, then you can book any destination that they offer.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that falls along the same lines with most tour suppliers as well. Excellent. The next question here that I'm seeing is someone asked, is there anyone booking in late 2021, October, November, December? Jennifer, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose from my neck of the woods here in Brandon, Manitoba, we actually don't have very much lift until, December, January. So that's where I'm really seeing my local clients are booking really from December onwards. But we have, like, as we've already mentioned, 30 branches right across Canada. So for those where Toronto, there is lift, in the fall, we're absolutely booking people. I think at this stage, people just want to get away and they want to have something to look forward to. So to answer that question, yes, we absolutely are booking people.
Okay, excellent. Another one here is, if I have a group of friends that have travel vouchers, can we book together with them? Tammy, do you want to take that question?
Certainly. Again, as long as your vouchers are with the same company, we're able to book you together as a group. So just reach out to us and we'll be happy to assist with that.
Yep, excellent. And if if your friends have vouchers and you don't, then certainly, we would just have to stick with that same supplier to get you booked with them. The next question I'm seeing here is a couple more. Someone asked, where is the Royalton? Jennifer, I'll give you that one.
Well, listen, they're in paradise, let me tell you.
Yeah.
That's where the Royaltons are. There is, I don't even know how many Royaltons there is at this stage, but I've been lucky enough to stay at a Royalton in Cancun. I've stayed at the Royalton in St. Lucia. There's a couple in Jamaica. They are in quite a few different destinations at this stage, but let me tell you, if you haven't stayed at a Royalton resort, you need to do it. I'm a pampered princess. And listen, it's one of those things, we work in the industry, we'll always stay in nice places. I have to say, by far, they're probably the most impressive rooms I've ever stayed in. They're just top notch, and you will not be disappointed if you choose a Royalton.
I couldn't agree more with that, Jennifer. I've also stayed at a few Royaltons, and they are absolutely amazing. Love them so much, so consistent, and I love everything about them. So certainly a good option. The next question here I'm seeing, and I'll put this one to you, Tammy. Someone asked, do you have any information on the Azul Beach Negril in Jamaica?
The Azul Beach Negril is definitely a fabulous resort. It's a smaller property on one of the best stretches of beaches. And of course, it offers two sections. They have the family side and they have the adult side. definitely a great choice for a holiday in paradise. Negril Beach, love it. I've been there a couple of times.
And that's the 7 Mile beach, is it not, Tammy?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and it's not easy to get a resort on that beach. There's not a ton of all-inclusive resorts on that beach, and that is one of them. So,
Yes.
yeah, and it is a stunning, stunning beach. I was there. I was on that beach once, and it's like powder sand.
Yes.
So amazing.
And the food
water.
the food at those resorts are amazing. They're Missoula by Charisma,
Gourmet.
aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're-
absolutely incredible food. So any foodies out there, you won't be disappointed with that resort. You really won't.
They say they're gourmet inclusive for their food. Yeah, for sure. All right, another question here is from Richard. He said, if my credit was with Air Transat, does it have to stay with them? Jennifer?
Yeah, Richard, it has to stay with the same supplier. But as we've already mentioned, if you had your trip with Air Transat booked to Cuba and you wanted to go to Jamaica, by all means, you can switch destination, but you do have to stick with the same supplier. That's where the voucher's with.
Yeah, for sure. But hopefully we can find you some options for that, Richard. And this is going to be the last question for this round. We'll come back for more questions after this. And certainly, please don't be shy. Put your questions in the chat box there. We'd love to get to them when we can. So the last question here is Tom in Winnipeg. He said, hi, Jennifer. Do you think the Mayan will be accessible via WestJet in late October? You have booked our group in the past.
Tom, I know exactly who you are right now. Hope you're keeping well, Tom. Do you know what? Hopefully, it's one of those things at the moment. We just don't know. Things are changing all the time. But what I will say to you, Tom, is things are looking promising right now. So, and I'm going to touch base with you after the presentation. I'll reach out and I'll have a look, because I know where you go every year, and I'm delighted to be back and be able to look after you again.
Perfect. That's great. Thanks, Jennifer. We do have a few more questions here, but I will get to those later, and any more you add in, we'll try to get our best to get to those as well. So we'll continue on with the presentation, and I'll chat with you guys here soon.
Perfect.
Now, we wanted to touch base on vouchers, and we know that lots of people are holding vouchers from canceled trips due to COVID. We can help you rebook your dream holiday.
Yeah, I think we've already touched on this already, but we just want to reiterate the whole thing about, you don't have to use the voucher for the same trip that you had originally booked. I know we get this call all the time. A lot of people think that, I booked a trip to Cuba and I need to stay with a trip to Cuba. You don't. The only thing, just to reiterate, is you have to remember, if your voucher is with Sunwing, you need to use it for a Sunwing product. For example, you can't use a Sunwing voucher for a Transat holiday, if that makes sense.
That's right, Jennifer. If you have a credit with Air Canada Vacations for a trip that you booked to Mexico, you don't have to travel to Mexico. You can use that credit for any Air Canada Vacations product, such as a vacation in our beautiful home country of Canada, or you can see the splendors of Europe, or even cruise the 7 seas. Air Canada Vacations allows you to travel the world.
Well, that's it. And that's a great tip, Tammy, as I know a lot of people aren't aware of that and we get asked it quite a bit. So we're going to say it again, because I know it comes up so many times. If you have a trip booked with Sunwing to Cuba and you now want to go to the Dominican Republic, you would just pay the difference if it's more. If the trip is less, then the difference would stay as a credit. Or do you know what? You can even use your credit to pre-purchase seat selection, or upgrade to Elite Plus, or pre-order meals on board, etc. Or you can keep the credit and use it for another trip in the future. As I know with Sunwing, the credits don't expire until 2026, and a lot of the other tour operators have followed suit as well. Some of them don't even have an expiry date. So so just remember, you have to stick with the same supplier.
And just a reminder, don't forget that we can help you even if you booked with a different agency, or if you booked with a different supplier. We know that there are still a lot of agencies that have not reopened yet. We will not charge you a booking fee. Please reach out to us. We promise to help you out, just as if you were our mom's best friend.
And that's a mom's best friend that you remember, everybody. But we just want to remind everybody as well that we don't have crystal balls. Listen, I think we all wish we had them. Might be doing the Lotto Max tonight if that was the case. But we do believe the pricing will go up in the future. It's all down to supply and demand. And we certainly don't want to be coming across as pushy salespeople. But the one thing I will say is if you do want to get away in late 2021 or 2022, we would encourage you to give us a call and let us look at some great options for you, because especially before the planes start filling up, to avoid any disappointment.
That's right. The Sunwing Freedom 2021-22 promo is currently running and is the most flexible booking promo that we have ever seen. You only have to put down $100 deposit. That will hold your space and it locks in your pricing. And you only have to pay the balance 25 days prior to departure.
Yeah, I think you'd agree, Tammy. It's definitely the most flexible promo we've ever seen. And even with resorts like the Rius and Royaltons, and there's various other select resorts, you also get price drop cash back. So what that means that if the price goes down, you can claim up to $800 per couple. Now, just to let everybody know, that promotion is due to end today. So you still have time to give us a buzz, and hopefully we'll find out whether it's been extended or not. We just don't know yet. But there really are some fantastic deals out there at the moment. And if you are lovers of cruises, which I am, Sunwing have teamed up with MSC Cruises and their newest ship, Seashore, which is it's actually launching this summer, and you're able to get a balcony stateroom for the price of an ocean view. It's really, really incredible.
Yes, you can use your credits toward these cruise packages. These packages are incredible. They include your flight, your transfers, the cruise, and it also includes the Fantastica drink package. We've seen it as low as $18.95, all taxes in from Toronto.
Yeah, it's an incredible package, because I know a lot of people, they're worried about cruises because there's always add-ons and there's always extras that aren't usually included in the price. But this package with Sunwing includes your direct flights out of Toronto, round-trip airport transfers, your 7 nights fabulous cruise, all meals, and the Fantastica drink package. So it's really, really incredible deal. And for those of you who've not been on MSC, I highly, highly recommend them. I've been lucky enough to sail with them several times now, and I have to say I am so looking forward to going with them again. Just another little quick note to let everyone know, a lot of people, when they think of sell-off vacations, you don't necessarily think of holidays in Canada, but we do offer vacations in Canada too. So and great news is that you can actually use, if you're holding Sunwing vouchers or Air Canada vacations vouchers, you can use them for vacations within Canada. So just let us know. And Shannon, tell me, probably a good time to check in about some questions again. Any more questions?
Yes, ladies, there are for sure. So we'll get right into those. Someone asked, actually Lori asked, when can I book for March break 2022? I have a credit voucher from Sunwing from last March 2020. Tammy, do you want to take that one?
You can book that now.
Yes.
We are actually booking. I have clients I've already booked for March 2022. Yep. So we are doing those bookings now.
Yep, I do as well, and it's something you might not be able to pull up on the website, but we certainly have the ability on the back end in our systems to pull those prices up. So please give us a call, give Tammy or Jennifer a call directly. You'll be able to capture their information at the end of the presentation. Maybe through a screenshot would be best. So that's certainly doable, Lori. The next question here is from Richard again, actually. He said, are you seeing a difference in pricing with 2021 and 2022? Did the pandemic affect pricing? Jennifer, I'll let you take that one.
It's a good question, Richard. And to be honest, at times I when I'm looking at the price and I think, God, is that a little bit higher? It's really it really depends on the destination that you're looking at going at and which supplier. What I will say at the moment is, with the Sunwing promo that we were just talking about, the prices are really, really good. With only having to put down $100 deposit, and with select resorts, you're getting that cash back, the price drop as well. So there are some good deals out there. Obviously, the more a place sells up, the higher the price could go. So yeah, just give us a call, Richard. We'd be more than happy to look up different options for you.
Yeah, Richard, and just to add to that, I mean, your guess is as good as ours, but we do think as soon as things start to fill up, which, people are booking earlier now than previous years because of the pandemic, wanting to secure their space. Definitely, we expect prices could go up as it sells, so certainly good to start thinking now for sure. And a question came in here from Facebook, actually, our live on Facebook. Jeremy asked, with all the restrictions and everything, how do you make a reservation because they don't know how long it's been on overseas flying might be? I'm just trying to understand that question. I guess maybe we don't know like when the flying will start up again, maybe. Jennifer, do you think you could touch on that?
Just say the question again, Shannon, if you don't
So
mind.
it says, with all the restrictions and everything, how do you make a reservation because they don't know how long it's been since overseas flying might begin again, I guess?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I said, like, everything's evolving and the situation is changing. I said right now, and we try to keep everybody up to date with all of the new information, but as it stands right now, I suppose you do need to have a negative COVID test when you're flying to different destinations, and the same coming back into Canada. But it's just a matter of, you know, us keeping you up to date with the information, and we always recommend that people go onto the travel.gc, the government site, because that does have the most up-to-date information there. And as we receive it, we always let people know that, but just keep up to date with that information.
Yeah, 100%. Perfect. Thanks, Jennifer. The next question here is, if we have our 2 COVID vaccinations, will we be required this fall to be COVID tested if we travel? Tammy, I'm going to let you take that one.
Thanks. As Jennifer stated, unfortunately, we don't know. We don't have a crystal ball. Again, those are always changing and being updated, but we will advise as those changes happen and let you know beforehand before you travel, and provide you with options at that time should you still, you know, decide to travel or wish to change your dates. That's what's great about the promotions out right now, that they give clients the flexibility for changes.
Yeah, for sure, Tammy, and that's kind of why they've come out with these promotions, to have that extra flexibility, because we know everybody needs that right now. So it just kind of gives you that sense of security when you do book, that if anything changes, you can certainly be rest assured that we'll take good care of you. So someone else, this is just a comment, but they said this show is always so informative. We watch every week. Thank you so much for tuning in every week. We certainly appreciate that. So the next question here, though, is, do we have any extra procedures to complete to comply with COVID? Tests, vaccinations, before and after travel, etc. Jennifer, do you want to take that one?
Well, really, it's just sort of what we've already said with regards to, we just have to follow all of the regulations that are in place right now. So a lot of the destinations do require, well, I shouldn't say a lot of them, it depends on each country and each destination, but a lot of destinations now do require that you have a negative COVID test to enter the destination. Again, different countries have different requirements, and coming back into Canada, obviously it's very important for people to realise now that you do have to have a negative COVID test to arrive into Canada. And as it stands right now, they do have the 3-day mandatory government quarantine in the international airports. Now, as Tammy already said, we don't know how that's going to pan out towards fall of winter 2021, 2022, but all we can do is keep up with that information, and yeah, that's just it's an evolving situation. We're learning something new every day.
Yep, we are. We're staying up to date and on the current info for sure.
That's
so rest assured, we'll definitely get that correct info to you. If you do call and inquire or book anything, we'll keep you up to date. The next one here is, and I'll put this one to you, Tammy, is someone said, my credit is with Transat directly, but can I book through Sell-Off Vacations?
That's right. Yes, you can reach out to us and provide us with the information on your credit, and we'll verify everything with Transat Holidays, and we'll be able to help you rebook that dream holiday. Yep.
100%. We'd love to help you out for sure. Yes. The next one here is a similar question, but Jennifer, I'll put this one to you. Said, my credit is with Expedia, but it is Air Canada operator. Can I call Air Canada directly to use the credit?
I believe you can. Yeah, like the credit's not with Expedia as such, it's actually with Air Canada. Air Canada who have your money as such. So you could absolutely reach out to Air Canada, and you can always give us a buzz as well, and we'd certainly do our best to help you too.
Yeah, we should be able to help you out of there as well. So please don't hesitate to reach out. And again, you can capture these ladies' information at the end of the presentation on a screenshot, so you can contact them directly. Brandon at sellofvacations.com is Jennifer's email. And for Tammy, it's Chatham, CHATHAM at sellofvacations.com. The next question here is, with the promo ending today, $100 down, what's the cancellation policy or info with these? Is the $100 non-refundable, and what tour company is this with? Tammy, do you want to take that one?
Sure. It's with Sunwing, and the $100 is non-refundable, but it is changeable. So you're allowed to change up to 4 days prior. Now, I always recommend that clients just add on the waiver for $50, as that, if you do have to cancel, that protects that $100, so you have it as a future travel credit.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion, Tammy. And the next one here is from Thomas, and I'm going to keep this open to either of you because it depends, asking specifically about the Princess Yucatan in Mexico. So Thomas said, what is your opinion of the Princess Yucatan in Mexico, and does the Sunwing flexibility apply if we are interested in going between November 2021 and February 2022? Jennifer or Tammy?
Well, it's a great resort.
Yeah.
It's right.
Yeah.
Princess Yucatan, I believe that's beside the Grand Sunset Princess, if my memory serves me right. I haven't personally been to this resort, but I know I've sent a lot of people to the resort, and I get really, really good feedback. And Thomas, to answer your question with regards to the Sunwing promo, yes, Sunwing do offer this product, so you would be able to use the low deposit, and as Tammy said already, the flexibility with regards to changing destination or dates and stuff is incredible. It's really, really good, but highly recommend the resort, Thomas.
Okay, perfect. Let's see what else we might have here. Someone asked, Tammy, I'll give this one to you, is will we be required to be vaccinated to travel?
Well, again, this is always changing, but as of right now, traveling down south to most of the all-inclusive destinations, that is currently not required, but again, that can change in the future. We know cruise lines are now starting to require that, as well as most European motor coach tours. So that could be a possibility in the future, but right now, most of the, like I said, the Southern Caribbean destinations do not require that, but we will advise if that does change.
All right, perfect, Tammy. Thanks so much. And just a note here, we've been talking about the travel vouchers and how they're typically transferable to, actually where you can book at different destinations than what you were currently booked at. One thing to note there is if you do have a travel voucher from Sandals Resorts, you may be required to stay at a Sandals resort. So always best to check with your agent for confirmation on that. Okay, so we just wanted to mention that in case there's any viewers that have vouchers with Sandals. And then Richard made a comment here again. Thanks, Richard. Thank you for the answers. I was told my credit voucher had no expiry date. Does that remain effective? I'll put that to you, Jennifer. I'm not sure. I might be able to scroll up and find out which voucher, which company he was with, but I think we can touch on that anyways in general, Jennifer.
Yeah, absolutely. So Richard, if I don't know if you said it was Air Transat or Sunwing. Sunwing have extended their vouchers until 2026. So I think that's given lots of time. I do believe Air Transat vouchers don't have an expiry date. Tammy, you may correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I think that's the case with Air Transat and also with Air Canada Vacations. Yeah. So I have to say a lot of the tour operators, listen, it's strange times for everybody right now, and they have to be flexible. So they're doing their best to work with people and make sure that people have the options. If you don't want to travel in the next year or two, you do have the options to take that dream holiday in a couple of years or in a few years' time as well.
Yeah, for sure. Someone asked here, is there any information on COVID passports? And I think what they mean is the vaccine passports. I'll get you to maybe touch on that, Tammy. I think we kind of touched on it earlier that they're not specifically required for a lot of destinations yet, but it is evolving. So
that's correct. Yeah, it may be in the future. but again, that is not required at this time for most of the Caribbean destinations. Again, the cruise lines are requiring proof of vaccinations, and traveling to Europe. Even some countries may start to require it. I know Iceland announced that they will require proof of vaccination starting in May, I believe. So it's evolving, and we'll advise if there's any changes with that.
Yep.
It seems to be rolling out in Europe quicker, in the sense, I know, Tammy, you mentioned Iceland. I know Greece mentioned it, and Portugal, and various other, I suppose, big holiday destinations for the likes of people coming from the UK, where the vaccine is rolled out pretty quick there. So those countries are putting those announcements out that they will require people to have their vaccines. But who knows when it'll come to this side of the world. I suppose it's just a matter of us keeping up to date with all of the information.
Yeah, for sure.
That's correct, yes.
But again, that's why we have some flexible promotions on. So rest assured, if you do book and something comes about that you're not happy with, that, you do have that flexibility. So, and Richard just actually commented here that his voucher is with Transat. So Richard, it does not expire. Okay. Another question here is from John. He's speaking about the cruise we were talking about. So he said, I was thinking about looking into the Freedom sale for March break 2022, but it seems the Sell Off Vacations website isn't taking bookings past February 28th, 2022 from Toronto. Will the travel dates be extended? So I know either of you ladies can answer that question. Jennifer, do you want to take that?
Yeah, I certainly can.
Yeah.
So I think, John, with that is, it could be just a case that the dates aren't actually loaded in the website yet. I believe that's the case. We get that call quite a bit, where people are saying, I can't book March break for 2022 yet. We have the capability in our system to see beyond what you're seeing on the website. So again, you could reach out to myself or Tammy at the end, and if you want us to look up specific dates for March, we'd be more than happy to do that for you.
Yeah, for sure. And John actually mentioned here again, right after that, has there been any discussions of extending the expiry dates of the travel vouchers? So I think, as we mentioned already, most have been extended. Air Canada and Transat do not expire. Sunwing recently this year extended theirs to 2026. So lots of flexibility there. We hope you can take advantage of that. And certainly, if any issues arrive, reach out to us for sure. I have another comment here, actually. Someone just said, I love these weekly videos. You guys are so helpful and knowledgeable. I want to pack my bags and go. Please, COVID, go away. We couldn't agree more.
We agree, definitely.
For sure. So nice to get the nice comments, though. We're happy that you're enjoying our presentations. We certainly enjoy working on them weekly as well and chatting with you guys. Let me see. Do I have another question here? So someone said, my credit with Expedia, which is with Air Canada, had an expired date. Can I call and remove the expiration date? Jennifer, do you want to touch on that?
Well, again, I suppose we can't speak for Expedia, because we're not sure what their terms and conditions are. But by all means, I would certainly reach out to them, and just Air Canada have promoted the fact that their vouchers have no expiry date. So I would probably just reach out to them directly, just to confirm things. But I don't really want to comment on Expedia's terms and conditions, because they may be different to ours.
If you want to reach out to Jennifer or Tammy, and if you have a copy of your vacation, the voucher, we can probably look into it for you as well. So just keep that in mind. We can do our best to get the information from what we know.
Absolutely.
Someone else also said, we love these shows, helps us get through the lockdowns. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's so nice to hear.
We should be asking for a raise at this stage with all these compliments, ladies.
Yes. I have one more question here from Carmine. She said, my wife and I are vaccinated. When booking is it better to have an outside cabin rather than an inside cabin, since COVID is still with us? Tammy, do you want to talk about that?
Well, of course, I would recommend having a balcony if you can. Yes. Being able to, sit outside, see the beautiful views from your balcony, get that fresh sea air. we've been advised that the cruise ships are doing amazing things to get ready for resailing. You know, they've updated the filters, the HEPA filters in their ships, but definitely I think a lot of people have learned with, you know, everything that went on with the cruises at the start of the pandemic, that having that balcony cabin is definitely worth it.
Oh,
Yeah.
without a shadow of a doubt.
And I think even previous to the pandemic, a balcony, once they say once you get a balcony, you'll never go back. So
Oh, that's
I think
it.
that's proof in the pudding. that
And
a
that
balcony
deal
is
with
creative.
that promotion with Sunwing, it's actually, if you, I believe it's if you book an ocean view, you get upgraded to a balcony cabin. So it's a really, really super deal. I would absolutely recommend a balcony.
Yeah, for sure. We have a couple more minutes here and then we'll finish up. Richard said the pandemic has caused some financial hardship for some people. And Jennifer, I'm going to put this to you. He said, have you heard about credit vouchers being refunded to people from the suppliers if requested?
Richard, a really good question, and I know it's one of those things that we are asked quite regularly. As it stands right now, is it depends on the supplier. I know Air Canada, for example, did say in the media a couple of weeks ago that if they did get a bailout from the government, they may look at refunding passengers, but that bailout has not happened yet. So we just sort of want to reiterate, if we could give people back their money, we would. We're not. It's the tour operators that actually hold on to the funds. If they do offer a refund, by all means, we will let you know. I know WestJet started to refund people a few weeks ago, and if people had flights, I believe, to the US and stuff like that, it's forever changing. So it's just a matter of once we get the information, we certainly pass it on to people as we get it.
Yeah, and sometimes it's quite restrictive when they do offer refunds. Like when WestJet was offering them, it's certainly restrictive. It's not just wide open, unfortunately. So, and Richard just made another comment. He said, "I lost 2 bookings in 2020, and I look so forward to booking again after the restrictions from the government are lifted." And Richard, we certainly look forward to helping you plan those vacations again, for sure. This is going to be our last question, I promise. We're going to have to finish up here, so we just had one more come in. Tammy, I'm going to put this one to you. It says, when I'm going to Cuba in May, I'm staying at an all-inclusive hotel. Do I need to quarantine?
So currently, the Cuban government, when you arrive, they were testing everyone upon arrival, and you had to quarantine at your resort until you received those results. And sometimes you received them the same day if you arrived early in the morning, or the following day. So you were you had to wear a mask and stay at your resort until you got those results. But once you got the results back, and if you were negative, you were free to go off and explore. And of course, upon returning to Canada, though, there's still the mandatory quarantine upon return.
Yes. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And one more comment here is Ida said, because of these webinars, we booked Jamaica with Heather from Toronto. So that's wonderful. Thank you, Ida.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. So ladies and everybody, thank you for putting your questions. And it's so nice to answer your questions live. We hope we get the information to you that you're requesting. And certainly we're here to help you whenever you need. So I'll let the fabulous ladies here continue on. And again, thank you so much.
Well, I'd like to thank everyone. Thank you, all the viewers, for joining us today. If you've posted a question and it didn't get answered, Amanda and Erica will remain on the line to respond to any of your questions we've missed. Keep in mind that most of our storefront locations are open. Please refer to our website, selloffvacations.com, for the current hours of operation for your local store. Alternatively, our agents are available to assist you by phone until 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You can reach one of our travel experts at 1-877-735-5633. You can also contact Jennifer or myself directly. Our contact information should be up on your screen now for you to take a screenshot.
And I just want to remind everyone that we will be back next week for another presentation. And I encourage everybody to go onto our website, which is selloffvacations.com, and sign up for our weekly newsletter. Now, this newsletter will keep you up to date on all our current promotions, and we'll also have information on upcoming presentations too. Now, if anybody has London, England, not London, Ontario, but London, England on your bucket list, you don't want to miss next week's presentation. So it's Wednesday, April 7th. The fabulous Jen Sire from our Oshawa branch and Denise Mulligan from our Ajax branch will be presenting and talking all things London. So we hope to see you all again next week. Have a great day and stay safe, everyone. See you later, Tammy. Bye, everyone.
Bye, ladies.
Bye, Jennifer.
Take care. Bye.